Let's see. Oh, here I am. Let's see. Oh, here I am. There we go. Okay, the stream is working. I don't know if everything's working right because I just installed a new version of OBS, but we'll just assume that it is. Okay, so I'm just going to post in a few places just so people know the stream is up. Close out of this. Close out of that. Close out of that. And I think I already posted everywhere else, so we're good. Okay, cool. So, oh, and I gotta open Chatty. Which I thought this might be crashing OBS. I hate when you don't update any of the software and then it still manages to crash. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna work fine for months and months, and then all of a sudden decide that I don't work anymore. Okay, let's see. Computer running kind of slow. Maybe I'll check out the activity monitor, see what's going on here. OBS is using a little bit of CPU. Yeah, you like the you like the new hair? Thanks. Yeah, it's a little weird. I think I need a haircut. I don't know. Or just a better hairstyle. OBS is like really eating up the CPU, huh? Really going for it. And even Chatty is getting in there with 1.2 gigabytes of memory. That's kind of crazy for a simple chat program. But we'll let it go. That's fine. Android, I'm not seeing you in the chat for some reason. I don't know. Maybe something's going on with Chatty behind the scenes. I don't know if you caught it, but OBS was really giving me a hard time this before the stream. I had to reinstall, or I had to install the newest version. Why do you have first? Oh, it's because you were an early. That's cool, because you're an early member. Moderator, founder, cheer. Nice. Well, I don't know why you're not showing up in the chat, but we'll just forget about that for now. Okay, so what am I working on today? So I'm working on this multi-tenant version of Remake. Once again, and I have it working kind of weirdly. So what I'm thinking about right now. Hey Nikki Hajal, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Oh, there you are, Andrew. Yeah, you're there now. So right now with the Remake app, it's the multi-tenant version is working. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna blow my nose so that I'm not sniffling at you guys like the whole stream. Okay, I'm back. Anyone say anything? Okay, so I'm working on this multi-tenant version of Remake, and that means that let's like spell this out. So if you go to webapp.com, your webapp.com, we want that to route to Remake. So that's going to go to the Remake server. How do we draw an arrow here? I gotta get the top bar. Where's the top toolbar? I think it's this one. Okay, so we got the arrow. So we'll say, okay, so this goes to the Remake. That's kind of a crappy arrow, but whatever. So that goes to the Remake server, and the Remake server is going to look it up. So one look up app, and then it's going to like render the app, I guess. So it's going to look up the app and then send it to, so then it's going to send the request to /app name. Okay, so if you're on your web app, so we'll just say like to-do app.remakeapps.com, that's actually going to just go to, it's not even going to have to do a lookup. So it's going to go to the server, and it's just the subdomain if using remakeapps.com. I know you can't see that, so I'll zoom out there. Okay, so we've got custom domain goes to Remake server. It looks up the app name, which is just the subdomain if using remakeapps.com. And then we send the request to request internally to localhost 3000, and we'll just say HTTP localhost 3000 app name, and we'll put this in curly braces so it's clear, I guess. Or we could just do, I don't know what to do. Curly braces? Sure. App name on the server. Okay, so the issue that I'm trying to solve right now, let me just save this. So we'll say multi-tenant. So the issue that I'm trying to solve right now is that if we have a local server, so this is like a local development server, we have two parts to this, right? So the parts are one, the like subdomain routing, and two, the like serving of the web page. Okay, so and these parts roughly correspond to these parts up here. So how do I draw an arrow? Oh, I don't have a command for that. So the subdomain routing is this one, right? And we're going to curve this arrow so that's clear. Sure. Maybe mirrored like that. There we go. Hey, Mighty Core 1. Hey, JSung TV. Hey, Lurks. How's it going, everyone? So the subdomain routing goes to this one. So this is like the Remake production server. And then the other part of this, I guess we'll just copy this arrow, is this. And let's just make sure this is pointing to the right place, right there. That looks not too bad. Oops, oh, I did an extra one. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if this is super clear. This is probably not the best thing I've ever done. In terms of like the arrows are kind of crappy. Oh, there we go. All I have to do is increase the thickness of the line and that arrow gets better. Okay, that's much better. 2 and 1, 2. Okay. So now we have this, and let's make this parts thing a little bit different color. Okay. So the thing I'm trying to think about right now is on the local development server, we have these two parts, the subdomain routing and the serving of the web page. And what I'm thinking is, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't need this part? So let's write that. Wouldn't it be nice? Because the thing about setting up subdomain routing on your local machine is it's not like a super easy thing to do. It's not hard, but it's not super easy either. Because you need to install more software, and you need to configure that software. And let's say someone, really nice wants to help build this Remake production server. And we'll just call it a multi-app server, local development, and we'll say multi-app. So if someone wants to be really nice and help us build this one, it would be nice if they didn't have to set up the subdomain routing, because then they're going to be more likely to help, right? Or at least that's my thinking, is that if it's less of a pain in the butt to set up, right, the server, then more people will help, right? Now the problem is that if we're just using this part, where we're just serving the web page, we're using this kind of scheme, right? Where we're using localhost, I don't know, 3000 or whatever port it is, and then the app name. And let's make an arrow to this. We're just going to have arrows all over the place. So do this, and we're going to point it down here, and we're going to grab this nice purple color. Actually, I don't think this works. Oh, it did work. Nice. Okay, and we're going to say problems. Maybe problems isn't the best, or maybe this color isn't the best for problems. Sure, we'll use a nice green. A nice calming green for problems. Okay, so problems with this is that, if we're just using this second part, problems with just, and we'll quote, serving the web page without subdomain. This looks like a crazy person now. Routing. Okay, so if we're just doing this, we run into a few issues. So one issue is, so let's go through the issues. So we'll just go through them very diligently, because this is probably in the grand scheme of the Remake's development, this is probably kind of a big issue, like a big decision, I guess. So we'll do issue number one. Number one is I love puppies sent us a random imager link. Okay, I'm going to hide my screen like a good person, and then I'm going to open up the image, and I will bear the brunt of this for you guys, to make sure it's not terrible or disgusting. And it is very cute. Okay, so now I will watch it again, but I will let you guys see it. So we have a cat in a bowl sniffing flowers, which is just beautiful. That's really cute. I actually don't know what it's in. Is that a basket? That's very cute. I like that. Whoever sent that, thank you. I will never know who you are. No, I'm just kidding. I love puppy. Wait, how come your name's I Love Puppies? And you send me a cat? That's a little bit suspicious. I feel the same way. I'm sorry, some people in my life don't feel the same way right now, so I get a little bit overexcited about that. Can you believe that though? Some people don't think cats are just as cute as puppies. I feel that way though. Hey, Varus Dave, how's it doing? How's it going? Wait, am I still blocking my screen? I'm not. Do I want to see a cool game? The link is more suspicious though. Yes, but I will block my screen and see it with people. Also, what is the relevance of this game for us? Did you build it? Use E and Q. Okay, I'm blocking my screen. I'm going to this random game. Did you build this or something? Or what? Oh, wow. E and Q. Okay, but how do I move? Oh, okay. Whoa. What the heck? This is so cool. You just follow it. This is a very cool game. So, if you want to seem really smart. Whoa, is it multiplayer? Is this multiplayer? This is so cool. Is it multiplayer? Are these other real people? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I feel like I can unblock this now. Well, I just wanted to make sure that nothing crazy was going to pop up. But okay, if you want, does the developer live stream? Because if they do, you can tell them that you have some feedback for them, which I think I'll. Wait. Okay, wait. I have no idea. No, I wanted to seem smart, but I don't think my feedback is actually smart. I'm just testing the running speed. Yeah, I pressed E and Q. It's very cool. It's very cool. Very cool. Okay, so let's see. So I'm running that fast, but it's very unclear how much terrain I'm actually running over. I think, let's see. Yeah, okay, so I think I have some feedback for the game developer. Is that if you're running straight in a straight line, you go slower than if you run diagonal. No, it's not. Is it true? I'm really not sure if this is true. Yeah, no, it is totally true. Because you can see it on the grass, right? Like, watch. If I'm just going down, and then I go right, I speed up. That's a common mistake in game development. You have to, like, use this Pythagorean theorem or something like that to, like, figure out the run speed when you're running diagonal. Because a lot of people, they just add together the speeds or something of moving up and across at the same time. I don't know, or something like that. Anyways, just a little thing. It gets a new engine soon. Okay, cool. I mean, it looks like a really, really cool, complicated thing that I would probably not be able to do. Well, no, I mean, I definitely wouldn't be able to do something like that unless I worked at it for like 5 years or something. Probably 10. Okay, so back to this. Issue number 1 is that so the developer, the developer, henceforth known as the dev, shouldn't have to know about, shouldn't have to link to app pages, right? So it should just kind of work automatically. What I mean by this is if you have, let's make this black. So, for example, if you link to /signup, it should automatically redirect to app name / signup. So that's complication number one. Let's delete those 2 curly braces. I think 1 curly braces makes it clear enough. Okay, so that's not too hard to do because all we have to do is kind of get the app name from the current URL and store it away somewhere, or get it from the refer URL and redirect to that. And it's not really a huge deal because this is just on local, right? I don't know how to make this clearer, but I guess I could increase the font size of this. Perfect. Really going for the mad scientist look here. And we're not quite there yet. This kind of looks like a sane person. A little bit. I don't know. You guys can tell me. Okay, so the next part, so it doesn't really matter if it kind of glitches out sometimes, because it's local development, and yeah, I mean, honestly, ideally it should work, right, in all cases, but we'll just say just redirect to the app name in the refer URL. And that's what we're doing right now. So not too hard. Now, issue number 2, which is something I just ran into. Why am I saying issue 1? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, anyways, I love puppies. That was a really cool game. Are you into game development? Okay, so for this, we're going to say issue number 2 is the login route. Oh, and I want to say issue number 3 too, because before I forget it. So issue number 3 is, are you really going to maintain 2 versions? Question mark, question mark, question mark. That might not make much sense right now, but I'm going to, I'll clarify that in a second. Okay, so issue number 2, we didn't really say what this is yet. So issue number 2 is that if you have an app and you go to the login page, okay, so here's the issue. The issue is that in order to, it's a two-part issue. So let's do this. Part 1, part 1 and part 2. Part number 1 and part number 2. So, and I'll move this thing down. So the part number 1 is that in order to support in order to support user accounts that don't interfere with each other's sessions. We're getting along here. Okay, let's push this in. We need to restrict the cookies by the path, or let's say the app name in the path, in the URL path. And that's just this path right here, right? So we just, if a user is logged in, slash whatever, to-do app, right? Slash to-do app, then slash to-do app will have that cookie for that user. But if they go to a different URL, right? If they're on the multi-app server, I guess I'll bold this too. Sure. Oh, wait, how much did I bold this? 40? Oh, that was 48. Yeah, this should be just as big. Totally. Okay, for multi-app server. So if we're on the multi-app server, Yeah, so it's going to be, slash to-do list or slash John's app or slash Rachel's app or whatever, right? So we just restrict the cookie by the URL path, which I didn't actually know you could do that, but I found out the other day you can do that. But this relates to the other thing. So that's kind of fine, right? But then when you're trying to log in, when you're trying to log in, you need to prepend, prepend, I think it's one word, prepend the login route, post route, API route, the login API route. You prepend the login API route with the app name. Or, I feel like this deserves an emoji here. There we go. Oh no, it didn't work. Ah! What the heck? Okay, why can't I insert? Oh, well that one works. There we go. Or, oh no, it changed everything. Okay, nope. Whatever. Or, with the app name, or you won't have access to the session cookie. Okay, so yeah, and that connects to, sorry, it's part 3. This is a 3-part problem. Actually, these first 2 parts aren't, they're like corollaries. What's a corollary? Corollary. I had coffee this morning, can you tell? A proposition that follows from one already proved. Nope, it's the opposite of that. It's like a proposition? No. It's the foundational part. Okay. I don't know how to say it better. Okay, so we'll say it causes part 3, which is we never want the dev to have to like add the app name to an API route they're calling. And in Remake, okay, so solutions. So let's just go through solutions because they're fresh in my head. So, and they're not going to make sense probably right away, but we'll go through them. So solution, and we'll say solution ideas, because this one's already like implemented and it works and I've tested it, I know it works, but these are more solution ideas because I haven't tested them. I don't know if they work. So solution idea number 1 is to just like require the dev to specify API routes with a special helper. Right, minor annoyance for the dev, extra learning curve for the dev. Bloodluster, welcome to the chat. But it makes it very not complicated for us, which is nice. And I already kind of did this with like you're doing for assets. But the thing is, I did it for assets already, but this would be required. The thing is, all of this is only required on on your local machine when you're developing a multi-app server. So like no like regular dev is going to do this anyways, right? So it's not really that big of a deal. Maybe just requiring the extra setup is fine. But let's just go through the rest of this. And I'm not going to add this part because I'm actually not doing this part for regular developers. Just if you want to make apps that work seamlessly between single instance apps and multi-tenant apps, and like you're doing both of those locally, which like honestly it shouldn't really happen. Like unless you're like a core remake developer. Okay, so require the dev to specify API routes with a special helper, and we'll just like reassure ourselves here only if they're using the multi-tenant app locally. I mean, this is true of all of them. I don't know why I'm just putting it here, but that's fine. Okay, so require the dev to, yeah. So the other thing we could do to get the cookie is to electrical longboard. Welcome to the chat. What was I thinking? So yeah, let's look at where this is actually specified. So if we go into the remake framework and we go into, I believe it's just on the sign up page. So we're going to go into here, app one. So this is a little confusing because we are using multiple apps in the same remake instance, which is maybe something you're not used to. Actually, you're probably just not used to remake in general because not many people are using it yet. But if we go into login, it's just on a form, right? We're just doing action login. So what we could do, which is like actually not that bad, we could just like check if we're in dev mode doing multi-tenant, using multi-tenant mode, and if so, only then, only then, oops, shit, replace any this in a template with action slash app name. And we'll get the app name from the URL. Easy peasy. And then we'll have, yeah, and that will only be on local. Now, okay, now to go to the final issue, which is really the core issue, issue number 3. Are you really going to maintain 2 versions? This is the main issue because Winsock, Valentin Maziev, and Hostme Raffle, welcome to the chat. How are you guys doing? So the core issue is actually this third one because, let's just spell it out. Y, and let's make this like a different color. We already have way too many colors, but whatever. I want to like really hammer this home for myself, so I'm going to use orange. No, it's too close to the red above. Purple. That's good. Okay, Y. It really does deserve 3 Ys. Why would you maintain a separate version? Separate, that's spelled right? It kind of looks like karate, doesn't it? And whatever. It does, actually. Is that how you spell separate? Sometimes. It is. So all you have to do is replace sep with K and you got karate? That's weird. Okay, anyways. Why would you maintain an entirely separate version of the multi-tenant application just for local development instead of testing and building a version that's consistent with what will be deployed? That's a good question. This is like a pretty hard-hitting question. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised. Surprised I'm the one that's challenging myself with it. Okay, so let's make that darker so it's readable, legible, and we'll bold this guy, I guess. And we'll add a question mark because that is a question. Okay, it would be nice, but well, it's not really worth it, right? I mean, maybe. So why? Why would it? I guess this is the core question here, right? So why would it just be nice? And let's use the same color. You know, we need a consistent color scheme for our mad ramblings. Okay, so we'll just say why under here. And make this a normal color. Okay, so that, and let's stop capitalizing everything, so that developers who want to work on Remake and help improve the multi-tenant deploy server don't have to set up subdomain routing, and this is worth capitalizing, and how do you spell Nginx? Is it supposed to be all capitals? Nginx.org doesn't, but then it does here. Wait, no, that's org, that's com. Nginx. Okay, so you can literally spell it all caps, all lowercase, capital N, capital X, or just capital N. Whatever. Nginx. Okay. We'll do it all lowercase, whatever. Okay, and Nginx, just to emphasize the and more, I guess. Plus, it's super flexible. It doesn't really care how it's capitalized. So that developers who want to work on Remake and help improve the multi-tenant deploy server don't have to set up subdomain routing and Nginx on their local machine just to hack around a little bit. And let's say, what would it really take to do that? And I think it depends. So my answer is going to be it depends. But for a like a, I don't know, like a robust setup, yeah, robust setup, they'd have to, it'd probably be different on Windows and Mac. On Mac OS, it would involve, on Mac OS, and we'll just say install, I think it's this thing. I mean, I haven't done this yet, but I think it's, we can just do this. So brew install, which should be not that hard, but you know, it's another dependency that can just break, right? And I'm not exactly sure how to use this or how to configure this, so I don't know. It might get more complicated down the line. And then they'd have to brew install Nginx. And these are two, like, they're not like super, super lightweight. Things like Nginx, you know, it's a service that might run in the background. Bramvo, S1 Faka, welcome to the chat. But we'll just say brew install Nginx. And then we'll say configure DNS mask, and then configure Nginx. So like maybe like 20 minutes of setup time. Now, this is not necessarily something I'm super concerned about because I don't think there's going to be a ton of people that are like super excited about working on the multi-tenant application server. And if they are super excited, it's like, well, okay, you got to set up a little extra. On the other hand, um, yeah, I want to yell at myself a little bit more. So um, let's do this. Oh no, I want to click in here. So I want 3 arrows, so or 2 arrows. So oops, shit. Okay, so we got that one, and then oops, did I copy it? I did. Okay, so uh, okay, so I'm gonna connect these arrows. Oops, shit. Okay, so let's grab this one and say, even if you did this, there would be more issues in the future. And then we'll say, and um, so you'd have to fix those. Um, so you'd have to spend time fixing those instead of working on the actual production server. Okay. There was something else I wanted to yell at myself about too. Um, okay, so I'm in the process of convincing myself. Um, yeah, this is a nice like fancy font to like really guilt myself into not doing this. It's like, oh, if you want to be so fancy, you can do that. Um, okay, so what do we got here? I mean, there's only a few things that aren't bold. I feel like I should bold them. And this is not a dark enough purple. Everything else is darker. Let's go in here. Okay, so I think at the end of the day, um, like I don't really want to maintain 3 different instances of Remake because right, we have the single tenant instance of Remake, and then we have the multi-tenant instance of Remake that's going to be deployed. And if we also diverge the multi-tenant instance so that it's like easier to develop with locally, but it doesn't match up exactly to what's in production, and there's a lot of like workarounds to get it to work locally, I feel like long term it's not going to be worth it. So I think now is probably the time to bite the bullet and set it up as it is in production. So yeah, this was a really good brainstorm. I hope that someone got something out of it. Um, the thing that so if anyone's curious, like why would you do this to yourself as a developer? Like I literally just spent like I don't know, half an hour talking myself through this and convincing myself not to go like further down a path that I've already gone down. Like I've already kind of done, I fixed issue 1, right? And now I'm going to completely undo that. And then I've already done part 1. So you might think like you're already halfway there. Instead of talking yourself out of this, why not just go with part two and part three? So the thing is that I probably just saved myself probably over the next like 10 months, I probably saved myself like 5 days with this conversation because instead of like doing two and three, I can just make it work as the prod version, which is like what I'm gonna have to do. Like I'm gonna have to make it work, like it does in prod anyways, right? No matter what, on local, it's gonna have to work like it does on the prod system because I'm gonna have to make sure like the subdomain, stuff is working. I can't just test the subdomains in prod. That's insane, right? So I do at some point have to get it working on local anyways. So like, why am I wasting time doing part two and part three here when I could just be, what? Andrew, you're leaving already? That's sad. Okay. Well, have a really good night, and I will see you later. Maybe we'll talk next week or something. Yeah, that's fine. I understand. That's not a problem. Um, bye. See you later. I hope you like the stream. Okay. So yeah, I think I probably saved myself, and I'm gonna write this down. Saved myself 5 full days of work over the next 10 months. Okay, with this conversation. Okay, cool. So I think that's actually honestly true. Um, okay, so I guess the next step is to install this stuff, right? Get Nginx working, get the DNS mask thing working. And then the way I'm going to set it up is I'm going to have the Nginx server. So let's keep going, right? Why not? So there's going to be Nginx. And let's make this bigger. There we go. And this is going to be like on port like 8080 or something. And then this is going to forward. And let's increase the thickness. There we go. So this is going to forward. Sorry, I got to take a call real quick. I'll be right back. That'll be 2 seconds. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry for the break. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. Also, welcome to the stream. According to Bo, I think Bramvo came recently, and some other people. I already forgot. I didn't. Nikki? No, Nikki was here from before. I don't know. I can't keep track of everyone. But welcome to the stream. I think a few new people just came. Ooh, Kira Race. Race. Um, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Okay, so Nginx port 8080. This is gonna forward to our main app. Um, I'm curious, Kira, what are you interested in? What are you learning? What do you find interesting? Um, so this is going to forward to the multi-tenant, and this is going to be on port 3000. And requests are going to be overwritten. So let's divide this by 2. Requests. And we're going to have like, so like, I guess we should decide on the domain. So we're going to have, you're learning 3 languages, HTML, CSS, and Python. That's awesome. What are you using a Python web app framework, or are you just using Python itself, or are you just learning Python, or are you learning Python for um, web development? Seg faulted, Ellis cold as ice, and Lurks, welcome to the chat. So we're going to have something like this. It's going to be like to-do app, and let's make this a different color. So we're going to have like to-do app dot remake apps dot dev, and that's going to forward to, and let's make an arrow here, and we're going to do that 10 Python scripting. Okay, nice. What kind of I don't know. If it's too many questions, just let me know. But like, what type of scripting are you doing? Are you Python was one of my one of the first languages I tried to learn, other than Ruby, and I still really like Python a lot. But yeah, just curious, what kind of scripting? So this is going to forward to something like this. So it's going to go to like localhost 3000, and then to-do app, and then we can do another one. I guess we can make these a little bit further apart so we have more room. OS, sys, JSON, and time and random. Okay, nice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can do a lot of things with those things. So like maybe like reading from the. Actually, I don't know what OS does. Does that let you read from the disk? And then sys, JSON. So that will probably let you serialize and deserialize JSON, or parse and stringify, or I don't know what it's called in Python anymore. Time and random. You know, random is like my favorite thing ever. In any programming language, I find it so useful to just get like random values, whether it's like for a key or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. Nice. Can you tell us like a script that you've built recently? Okay, so let's cut that. Oh man, it's not the pink we want it to be anymore. So let's make sure it's the same pink. I think it's the same pink. Yep, it is. Okay, so we'll align it with this other one, and we'll push it over here. Okay, and now we're gonna grab another line and we're gonna push this down like this. Okay, and we can make this bigger. I don't know. That's fine. Okay, so this will go there, but like this, if we have like an about page, for example, that's gonna go to localhost /to-app/about. So just to give us an example of like what things are gonna, like how things are gonna be rewritten, how the routes are gonna be rewritten. Scripts are helpful for me, like when you stop using Steam, it turns off hopper, because your internet sucks, or automatic login on Facebook. Huh. Okay. That's cool. I don't know what hopper is or hopper, but yeah, that sounds cool. So you're just like automating random tasks on your computer. That's pretty good thing to be able to do. Um, yeah, I don't really do a lot of that personally, like automating tasks. I guess yeah, I have a few like scripts, but not like a few bash scripts I've written for like deploying servers or downloading backup data. But like common everyday tasks, I don't really script. But it would be kind of cool to do that. Um, it is stuff that is so painful for net if it is turned on. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to use a lot of bandwidth. And you would I don't know. You're just the only one that's talking right now, so I'm kind of having a conversation with you. But feel free to just uh, ignore me at any point. What kind of games do you play on Steam? I've been into what's that one? Stardew Valley with my wife. That's a pretty good one. Um, have you played that at all? And I also really like Dota. I play a lot of Dota. Um, that's like my favorite game ever. I've been playing Dota for like probably 20 years. It's kind of embarrassing. HOI4. Let me think what that is. It's a strategy game. HOI4. Strategy game in World War II. HOI4. I don't know what that means. HO. I feel like I should though. Nope. I don't know. Are you digging in the game, or are you saying strategy? Are you saying like this, or did you mean to say this? Oop. Wait. Yeah, that one. Are you digging in the game? That'd be kind of cool if that was a genre of game. You have to use strategy when you're digging. But no, it sounds like it's probably a serious game because it's about World War II. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. Okay, nice. That's cool. So yeah, you're like playing with a team and you're trying to defeat the enemy and playing through World War II. Hearts of Iron 4. Actually, I haven't heard of that. Hearts of Iron. That's interesting. Um, okay, and just like some basic rules about this. So we're gonna just so we like have our expectations. Um, let's see. Uh, you don't play games so much? Okay. Well, that's cool. But Yeah. No, it's just you mentioned Steam, so I assumed you did play. Um, but yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, games are can be good, but they can also be a bit distracting. Um, okay, so what do I want to say here? So you can you or can you not access localhost 3000 to do app directly? How about like multi-tenant, the multi-tenant app is not expected to work unless you access it through the Nginx server. That's a pretty good thing, I think. That's good. You play only what was it called again? Hearts of Iron 4 and sometimes CSGO. Oh, and League of Legends. I thought you were saying like you were laughing. League of Legends. Cool. Okay, nice. So yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about League of Legends, but I've also heard really bad things because, of course, a lot of Dota players don't like League of Legends. But I've watched a couple games. It's a little hard to follow for me, but it looks fun. Um, yeah, it generally looks fun. And didn't they have like a big announcement recently in League of Legends? Um, okay, what things will not work with the multi-tenant app? So let's see. How will assets work? And how will API routes work? And how will, like, I guess slash new and slash save API routes work? And then how will sign up and log in API routes work? And is there anything else? Cubule, welcome to the chat. Oh, 1 hour, 1 hour and 12 months. Okay, so not much of a gamer. Okay. Do you play with friends at all? Or I guess maybe gaming's not the best topic for you. What I guess what are you building with HTML and CSS? Do you have any website that you can show us that you've been working on? This is probably a spam call. Hello? Yep, that's a spam call. Okay, so how will sign up and login API routes work? I think that's it. I think those are the complicated parts. How will assets, I should say, be served? Um, okay, let me think. Assets be served. Are there any things I need to redirect? I don't think so. Um, or how about as a last question, which is the least important question, but like what will be served by remake apps.dev by like the root www. Okay. Um, anything else you can think of? I don't think so. I'm sure we'll run into it, pretty sooner rather than later. So how will assets be served? So they're just going to be. So I guess we're gonna have. Shoot. So we're gonna. How is this gonna work? So we're gonna redirect that to that, but then And I believe we're going to probably overwrite the URL that we're at. So then in the oh geez, I have no idea how that's gonna work. Okay, let me think. So I think, yeah, I just have a fundamental misunderstanding about, or not misunderstanding, but just like I don't know how Nginx works. Um, so the way I think it works, um, the way I think it works. The way I think it works is that we're going to access this server here, and it's going to forward, it's going to like, I don't know, act as a reverse proxy or something to this internal server, but it's going to like rewrite the request. So I guess what I'm wondering is like if I'm in server.js, right, in the local app, what is the request going to look like? And I'm pretty sure that we can determine that. I think it could look like this, or I think it could look like this, or I think we could literally pass both in. So I think we'll have access to both. So so I guess step one is get the app name from the request. By looking at the subdomain. And then 2 is going to be so yeah, here's where it's just difficult. So I think I think there's something I'm missing here. So I think first let's change this color. I don't know. This can be black. This can be like dark. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's fine. There, whatever. Okay, so yeah, I think up here I need to also like determine how the assets are going to be loaded. So I think if we're talking about like this and then like CSS main.css, then I think that should be routed to to-do app css main.css. And I think Nginx is going to do that. Yeah, okay, so Nginx will proxy, I think this is the right way to say this, will proxy requests. And we'll just say proxy / rewrite. I think those things are both true, but I think rewrite is a clearer way to say that. So if Nginx is doing this, then all I have to make sure is that all I have to do is just make sure assets are served from the dist file, the dist directory, exactly as they are now, because I've already set it up so that they're in the app folder. And I think the other thing I should remember is like get rid of the current asset helper. No content, welcome to the stream. Okay, how will the new and save API routes work? Okay, so I think what I can do, mm, I think what I can do is rewrite the request again. I don't know, I'm like relying on Nginx a lot, but I like it. I mean, it makes sense, right? So if it's coming to here, and we'll call it like API. So this is what the user is going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for like API save. They're going to post to API save. They're not going to even worry about the app name because they should never have to. And it's going to rewrite it to API to do app save. I like that. The other option is just in this route, in here, in the API endpoint, we could get the referrer, right? Like we could get this in there, and then parse it out and get the app name from it. But I feel like this is just easier. I guess the question is, how is this going to work? So we're also going to have, so the API endpoint is going to have 3 parameters: API app name method, whew, geez. Maybe the app name should come first. I guess, yeah, I could do, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but what would make the most sense? I had something written up about this. Someone help me with this. Let's see if it's in here. I think it is in here. Multi-tenant architecture. No, this isn't it exactly. I'm gonna just hide my screen real quick while I look through some documents. Oh, I think it is actually just this very next one. Okay, I can unhide my screen. Okay, so here, this person was suggesting that it would just be this. Yeah. Okay. So they're saying you don't even need to have the app name in there. Okay, so how new and save API endpoints work. So I guess it could just do this, and then we can get the app name, if there is one, from here. But if there isn't one, like I guess if we're in the single tenant mode, I guess the other option is we could add like a query parameter and just say like app name equals to do app, right? That wouldn't be too bad. But it looks a little dirtier. I get, so what would be bad about doing this? Like that, yeah. It's not too bad, it's just not similar to the other routes. I guess I could put this first. The thing I'm worried about here with putting this first is that this is used for, so one, this is used for rendering all the pages and serving all the assets. It's not really that bad, right? I could just like, match against route. So this would be like the route definition would be like app name, API save, um, like that. Ah, jeez. And um, let's just color this differently. Okay, so it could be like that, and then we could say like route definition for single tenant would just be API save. Um, I don't know. Or it could actually be like this. We could just say question mark, right? So okay. So then if we call this endpoint and app name doesn't come as a route parameter and we're in multi-tenant mode, then we just surface an error. That would be fine. I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so how will the new and save API endpoints work? So this is just going to be rewrite the request to include the app name in the API endpoint as the first parameter. Or we'll say as the first. This is a new thing I learned today, this word, and I forget it. It's the path section? No, it's not the path section. It's a path subgroup. It's not that either. Man, I just learned this today. Like it's the, like if you have a path and it's like /about/David or something, or like I have another route like /API/new/item, like what are each of those parts? I think it was section. It was something very similar to section. I have it right here. Segment. There we go. Segment. First path segment. So that's like when you have /API/new. API is a path segment and new is another path segment. Artist of Death, welcome to the chat. Do you have any artwork you can show us? Are you really are you an artist? Okay. Rewrite the request to include the app name and the API endpoint as the first path segment. And we'll just say optional. Whatever. That's not clear. We'll just leave it. Okay. How will the sign up and login API routes work? Okay, so I think if you post, I think Nginx will be able to do this too. I'm really relying on Nginx a lot for how little I know about it. But I think if we do API, I think we're not going to do API for this. I think we're just going to do sign up. Because, yeah, sign up is not usually thought of as like an API thing, even though it is kind of. So then we're just going to reroute this to do app sign up. I think so. Oh, but no. That's a hard one. So we're posting to this? Okay, yeah, so we'll just do the same thing as here. So we'll just do route definition, app name, sign up, and we'll put these first. We'll like define these routes first so that it's going to hit them before the other routes. Yeah, it's a little, the routes are a little weird. I don't know why. I guess I just feel better about like API save and then app name, but for some reason that doesn't feel right. So yeah, we'll just use this. And let's also have this note over here. Sorry, someone just joined the chat and I forgot to call you out. Feel free to leave a message if you want to chat. Okay, so we're gonna say our note here is gonna be like if multi-tenant and no app name trigger error. Then we're gonna do the same thing over here. This is the one thing I really don't like about Sketch is it should really copy the color that you had of the text, you know? Okay, if multi-tenant and no app name trigger error. If no, okay, there we go, same thing. Okay, so how will sign up and login API routes work? We're gonna do the same thing as up above. We're gonna rewrite the request to include the app name in the sign up endpoint. As the first path segment, as an optional initial path segment. I don't know. That's fine. Okay, as an optional, yep, same thing there. Okay, what will be served by remake apps.dev? And I think for now, we'll just say like something like this. Hello, remake. So yeah, I'll just say hello, remake. And deploy a production application, CRUD application, deploy, builds, we'll say build and deploy. That's good. Build and deploy a production CRUD, a custom, a production CRUD application in minutes. Sure. And then we'll say learn more about Remake, the Remake framework. And we'll have like a command here, I guess. I guess this shouldn't have that. So do that. And we'll say like remake deploy. Remake create, remake deploy. We'll just have it be remake deploy. Okay, so something like that. Build and deploy a production CRUD application, a web app in minutos. In minutes. Remake deploy, learn more about Remake. Learn about Remake. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's a severely basic landing page, but we're probably just gonna like put a few really basic styles on there, and we might even like not use a template for it. Like we might just have like text there for now, because it can be fairly basic. The remake docs can do most of the heavy lifting. Um, okay, so I am almost done with the stream today. I do want to, however, play around with Nginx and this other thing. Um, so I wish, I think there's a thing that lets you like intercept requests. Okay, Fiddler. Fiddler's the one. Fiddler, Mac, alternative. And I think there's been a lot of ones that have come out recently. MITM proxy. Okay, so this looks good. I really don't care if it costs a little bit of money as long as it's nice. Oh, okay, so this is actually, command line web interface. Web interface. Oh, okay, that's cool. Active development? Maybe? 16K stars, yeah, 20 days ago. Okay, so that looks really good. Advanced Rust Quiet Z attack proxy. Google Lighthouse. Should be Jules good. I feel like I saw one recently. Um, hmm. Charles proxy. I think I have heard about this too. Burp Suite. Jeez. Charles proxy. Charles proxy is $50, huh? Hmm. Tamper? Okay. That's interesting. Hmm. Um, let's check. Oh no, that's from 2009. 2015. Eh, Wireshark is amazing. Hmm. I don't like the website. I judge things so harshly, but they're also using they're hijacking the scroll, which is yeah. I will just like not use your software if you hijack the scroll, which is kind of sad because it could be really good software and I could be missing out. Um, okay, so let's install this, and then we're going to configure it, and we're going to spend a maximum of 15 more minutes doing this because I really gotta I gotta go soon. Oh, and I should commit what I've worked on so far today. I can always undo this later. I forgot what I was doing here. Oh yeah, I was like getting the I don't know, making the session middleware work. Okay, let's commit that, push that out. Okay, so let's brew install this, and then we're going to see what it does, or how it works. Okay, so I believe I can open this. So let's go into folder. I'll do this. And DNS mask. So it's not there yet. That's probably because it's not down. Yeah, it's not done installing yet. Okay, so the DNS mask configuration. This file will be added to the configuration. Okay, maybe this one's better. Okay, so you edit it, but they don't tell you what to put into it. Install DNS mask and configure for dev domains. Why do you need to edit this then? Like, they don't tell you what to put in there. And then you're gonna reload the configuration. Sure. And flush the cache. You're gonna make a folder called etc resolver. And you're gonna have it resolved to null for the dev domain. I don't know what this means. And I think they're like inserting this text down here into here. But I don't know if this is the actual command or if it's like a signal. But yeah, I don't know. Ugh, whatever. I think I need to find a different one. Okay, so DNS mask mac config. I'm almost done installing. Okay, most web developers will be familiar with the process of updating your etc hosts to redirect that dev request to this. Oh, yes, that is what I want. Okay, I am not confident, but sure. Oh, and it should probably use test because Google has .dev. Okay, sure. Test. Okay. So let's rewrite this thing. Ugh. Oh jeez. A lot of things to rewrite. Test. Jeez. Test. Okay. And one more. Okay. So there are plenty of ways to install. Homebrew's the easiest. Boom. Oh, we didn't update brew first. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we started that. Copy the default configuration file. Okay, so maybe I need to do this. I don't know about this. Yeah. Okay. So what is it saying? It's not writable. User local sbin is not writable. So I believe I want to do like chmod something to use our local bin. Make directory writable. And just to make sure, let's ls user local sbin. It's not a directory. Well, that's probably why. It's not writable then. Still not writable. Hey, Oblivionaire, how's it going? 755. Sure. Okay, so we're gonna do sbin. What? Didn't I just make it? I didn't just make it? Wait, make dir. Oh, I can't. Oh. I don't know. Probably screwing everything up right now. Let's go into local again. Permission. I don't know, dude. Whatever. I don't even know what this link thing does. You got a job today. You start next month. That's awesome. I'm living there. That's so cool. Where did you get it? I think you told us yesterday. Didn't you tell us yesterday that you were applying to jobs? Okay. Let's just search this exact error. Okay. Hmm. You might, it's a full stack web dev. It's kind of funny. You never worked in this field and you landed not the junior, but the mid position. Wow, that's awesome, dude. So what are your responsibilities going to be? Okay, brew doctor. Ay, ay, ay. Custom app development. Oh, yeah. I do actually need help. So I'm trying to install a program called DNS Mask with Brew, and it installed, but then it said this thing, like you can't link it. So see, that said you cannot symlink this. Now I don't even know what that does, but I assume it's important, so I want to do it. But it's because this isn't writable. So now I'm looking at how to make, like I Googled this error, and they said, yeah, I do know that, but I don't have permission to do it, and so I ran brew doctor. Do you know what brew is? Brew is like this macOS package manager thing, so it like easily installs a bunch of software for you. Yeah, so like if you want to install like MongoDB, you do like brew install Mongo. And if you want to install like some random like Rust command line utility, you say brew install whatever that is. It's like a really good package manager. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's like apt-get, but just for Mac. Um, So I ran this brew doctor thing, and they're saying, uh, you know, this. Okay. Okay, so they say, okay, this is perfect. So this is what I should do. No, this is exactly what the problem was, I believe. Nice. And now I should be able to. I don't care about PHP 5, whatever. So now we should be able to link it. So in the original thing, they said, where is it? Brew link. Okay, there we go. You can try it again using this. So now we're going to paste it. And voila, it works. Okay, nice. I don't know what that does, but we'll assume it's a good thing. Yeah, so of course, when you're installing new software, there's like 17 steps before you get to use that software. Just something you got to get used to as a web developer. Yeah, it was all right there. I didn't know about Brew Doctor though. That was the important thing to figure out. Okay, so address. Okay, so I don't know what they're doing here. Copy the default configuration file. I don't know why I would do this. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to do any of that. Just because I don't think it's necessary. So then if we go into user, local, etc., DNS mask, so this should be here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I do. Because it's for, okay, so yeah, I think you're new. You didn't see this whole, we did this whole write-up. They did a lot of stuff thinking through this. But basically, on a high level, we have a multi-tenant architecture that serves multiple Remake apps. So like if you go to todoapp.remakeapps.test, for example, we want to reroute that request to localhost 3000/todoapp. And this is how it's going to work in production, right? So externally, it's going to look like this, except it's going to be remakeapps.com, whereas on our local machine, it's going to look like .test. And then internally in the server, in production, it's going to reroute to this. So in order to test this setup, this production setup on the local machine, we need to rewrite all of these subdomain requests to be like forwarded to like normal requests. You may be right, but okay, wait. Well, okay. So first of all, yes, this is going to use Nginx in production, as well as on my local machine. However, this is the big thing. I can't type this in to my URL bar. I can't type this in and have it route to an Nginx service without forwarding it to Nginx, can I? Like in the Nginx config, I can't just put this, right? Will that work? Do you think that would work? I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with this, so you would probably know better than me. But on a local machine, can you do this without changing? Okay, I'm going to just go out there and say I think you're wrong. But again, I have very little experience with this. So I think you're wrong might not really mean that much. So let's do it. Well, brew install Nginx, which I actually did a few days ago, and then I got tired of it because I thought it was causing a bug that it was not causing. And so I removed it. The default port has been set in this to 8080, so it can run without sudo. Okay, so then we're going to launch it as a service, and it's going to be in the background forever and ever and ever. Okay, and let's do, let's go into here. So since you're gonna follow along, right, Oblivionaire? Because we're in this together, right? I'm just kidding. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. But it might be fun, right? Oh no, what did I change here? There we go. Okay, so here we go. What do I change? Right? So we have the server listening. I guess I could just say. So you're saying that maybe I can just do this, like here. Yeah, okay, I could see that maybe. What? But like, um, what's the problem with changing the global file? VNK, welcome. Virgo Pros, welcome. Okay, I'll listen to you, I guess. Okay, so we're going into. Oh, I lost it. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah, we'll go into servers because it loads servers down here, so it includes servers star. So, man, I don't know. Let's move this over here. Okay, so open. Okay, so we're gonna just go here. An error occurred. I don't know. Sites enabled. Default place. Changing the port. Change it to 80. Okay. To inclusion. So they're saying change the port to 80. And then sudo nginx. Okay, and then localhost. I think it's similar. Okay, but I am gonna just change the default file. I'll do it differently later. I really will. I'll do it the right way later. I actually do have to go though. I just want to see if this works. So if I change this server thing to 80, and then I'm going to do the thing that they said to do, which is sudo nginx stop and sudo nginx. It's already in use. 80 is already in use? Okay, well, let's put it back and let's try changing this part. So if I do remake apps.test, maybe this will work with port 8080. So we're going to stop it and, oh, it was already stopped, I think. And then we're going to run it and then we're going to do this. It didn't work. Is there something else that you think I should be doing that I'm not doing? Because I think I know how to fix this. I think if I go into yeah, But that's the reason I wanted to do the this thing, DNS mask, is that I can just forward all subdomains and I don't have to worry about it. You know, like I don't have to add a new, like, because I'm trying to set this up so that other people can do it too, you know? And that it's not hard. Whereas this is kind of hard. Where is it? Etc. hosts, right. Okay. Did you just say that? I may have missed you saying where it was. Okay, so now if I do this, remake apps test, and then localhost. Hello. Yep, almost done. And we're gonna write that error writing because I did not sudo, I believe. So we're gonna do this again, localhost x, yes, save, and now I should be able to do it. Nope. Or maybe I have to reload the hosts or something. I bet I have to, yeah. Okay. Okay, and that's just how to reset it. Okay, so, but it's still not working. Not sure. Well, oh, I don't know. No, it's not for general users. It's just for people who are developing, like working on the Remake deployment server. So it's not like general developers will have to do this. It's only people who are helping me build out the deployment server. But anyways, this has been fun. I learned a lot. I hope you guys had fun too. And I will be back next week. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend.